Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to PSW Podcast. My name is Miranda Romanovic. I am the CEO of the Ontario PSW Association, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be back with you guys here on the podcast. I'm excited on this podcast to be joined by Andy Kovacs, who is our new financial security partner from Moments of Truth Insurance Services. And Andy's been doing this for over 20 years, him and his team, and they've been helping self-employed health professionals and families feel confident during their moments of truth, which of course are those unexpected times when life throws us a curveball, which we all know we're very familiar with. He's based out of Markham, but he works with all of our PSWs and clients across Ontario virtually. Andy, it is great to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me, Miranda.
So, Andy, obviously you're doing this for personal support workers, which I think is a great added benefit to them. This is really going to be something that I think they should all buy into. But what was your first real connection to personal support workers?
Yeah, great question, Miranda. My first connection to PSWs was with Rosa, and she was a PSW from Eastern Europe who worked long hours, supporting others, all the while sending money back home to her family. And in 2020, just before the world got shut down, she realized she didn't have a safety net if something went wrong. So she decided to reach out to me, set aside 10% of her earnings to protect herself. And life went on. And about a year later, she called me with just absolutely devastating news, Miranda. She had found a lump on her breast, and rapid diagnosis was cancer. But because of the advanced planning she did, I was able to tell her the three words that really made all the difference. And those were, "You'll be okay." And her critical illness insurance policy gave her 25,000 tax-free dollars, which let her focus on recovery and not worry about the bills. And it meant that she could continue to afford living in her apartment and not be forced to move out. It meant that she could take an Uber down to the Princess Margaret for treatment and not have to get on the subway. It also meant that she could get the medical supplies and other things she needed that weren't covered by the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, instead of draining her savings, of course. And most importantly, it meant that she could also keep sending that little bit of money home at the end of the month to her family. And, something like that, while it didn't change her cancer, it changed her experience of it. And she really wanted me to share this story with you.
And wow, that's one heck of a story, and I think a lot of PSWs can definitely relate. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions though
Mm.
surrounding, if you get injured or you get hurt at
Mhm.
work. Doesn't the government help in situations with this?
You know what? Sadly, no, because the reality is many PSWs just haven't been in Canada long enough to build up their time under benefits like the Canada Pension Plan. And even for those that do, the disability payment is only about $1,600 a month if you qualify, because the definition, of course, is severe and prolonged disability, meaning there's no turning back. And what we're talking about here is really people taking charge of their own financial well-being.
Yeah, because it does really hit home because there is a lot of those misconceptions where PSWs think that WSIB is going to kick in and they're going to get
Mm.
the support that they require. And we know as an association that, we have PSWs that are still fighting with WSIB and the employer going on
Mhm.
years, just trying to obtain some money. So something like this would be hugely beneficial. So, and it really, really hits home for PSWs. And what
Mhm.
do you think their takeaway should be? What is the takeaway?
Well, it's really simple, and three things here that if there were a way to give yourself peace of mind, then really, when would you want to know about it? Before or after something happens, right? I mean, that's really what we have to think about here.
Oh, no, absolutely. And that's something that PSW should be thinking about. And, what are the top things that PSW should think about when it comes to protecting their financial well-being?
Exactly. Three simple things. First, no one needs insurance of any kind. When it comes to protecting yourself against illness, injury, or premature death, you're not legally required to have any of this. It's all about what you want for yourself and your family. That's number one. Number two is people don't buy it because of the probability of something happening, right? They buy it because of the devastating consequences if something does happen, right? And then finally, they just can't buy this anytime, right? You have to apply for it when you're healthy enough to qualify, right? But what's so unique about this special accident cash program for PSW is that unlike most coverage, you can actually buy it, which makes it easier and certainly more accessible to the PSW community.
So with that being said, Andy, please do tell us about the accident cash program.
Will do it. And you know what? Let's take a snapshot first about, how dangerous personal support work is. I mean, the reality is if you get hurt and can't work, in most cases, your income stops immediately. And this accident program gives you money when you need it most, right? Monthly payments if you're seriously hurt and can't work, lump sums for broken bones. And if any accident causes a life-changing injury, or even worse, your family could get a financial payout to really help them move forward when you're no longer here. Plus support for rehab and special equipment, all the stuff that OHIP doesn't cover, and daily cash if you're hospitalized after an accident, plus an extra 7 days of recovery when you get home. So it's simple, affordable, and just gives you that financial cushion when you need it most.
So I know what they're going to be asking right now, and that is who can apply.
Well, you know what? The good news is if you've been in Canada for at least 12 months, you're covered under OHIP and you aren't currently disabled, you're good to go, Miranda.
So, and this is always a question we get at the association, why we
Mm.
do these things, and why we went with you,
Mhm.
Mr. Andy, was because can family members apply? That's always a big
You,
one.
you, you bet, you can cover everyone, kids from birth to parents and even grandparents up to age 74. And, whether you're employed or unemployed, this covers you.
That's amazing, actually. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you'd like to point out to our listeners about this program?
Yeah, most importantly, it's affordable. Okay, it starts at just $7 a month. There are no hidden fees. It's totally flexible, so you can choose the coverage types and amounts that make the most sense for you and your family. Right? It's also super simple. There's no medical exams, no health questions. You get instant approval, and best of all, if you're hurt and need to make a claim, your accident benefit payments are guaranteed to be in your hands within 7 business days. So it really gives you that peace of mind without the hassle. So if you are in a situation, where you are hurt, can't work, something's happened, then you can really focus on getting better and not worry about the bills so much.
Sounds like it's like the optional membership with this combined is the ultimate coverage for the PSW, really, at the end of the day,
There you
right?
go.
So, do you have any examples on how this helps?
Yeah, you know what? Just last winter, a client's son, right, broke his leg badly while he was skiing, and it was a nasty break. And 3 days in the hospital, special equipment, physio, all those costs added up for the family. And their accident cash coverage paid over 15 grand for the injury and the hospital stay. And of course, once the kid got home, they got the 7 days of convalescent benefit as well. But you know what? Those costs add up because many people know that hospitals are free here in Ontario, but the cost to actually stay there when you're talking about missing work or traveling to and from, or having family bring you stuff that you need, all those costs add up, not to mention parking. So it doesn't change the nature of the accident, but it can at least give members in this family in particular a soft landing that made the recovery much easier.
Well, it definitely would. And on top of this, what are some of the other programs that our members can benefit from?
Amazing, and some of the members have already taken advantage of some of these other things we're going to talk about, and these are all designed to put tax-free money in your hands when you need it the most. And there's four real important ones in addition to the accident cash program. The first is called critical illness insurance, so members can take advantage of this, which gives you a lump sum of money to keep life going during a serious illness like a cancer, heart attack, stroke, or even paralysis. Just like Rosa, money in your pocket, you choose what to do with it. The other one is life insurance. you know, and this gives your family all the income that they'll ever need if you're gone to really live the life tomorrow that you wanted them to have today, right? And sadly for most people, when something like that happens, it's a GoFundMe page,
Yeah.
right? And you tell
Mhm.
me how successful that is, but this at least gives you control to design it and make sure your family's got what you need. Now, you know, because a lot of the members haven't been in Canada long enough to really build up their credits with the CPP and something for retirement, something like cash value life insurance can provide double duty dollars in that your contributions can help you save for retirement, right? You can access it down the line, but it also protects your family with that instant tax-free money if you don't make it. So it's kind of like a self-completing retirement savings plan that doesn't ride the market roller coaster. And
Yeah.
finally, we all know how PSWs have got a lot of fixed expenses like their rent or car payments, credit cards, or those that are coming out of our college system with student loan payments that have to be made, whether you're sick or not. The lender wants that money. So finally, there is loan insurance as well that can cover these fixed payments if someone is too sick or injured to work. So these are the four additional affordable solutions that can give OPSWA members really the peace of mind that they choose for themselves.
Wow. Well, I thank you so much, Andy. I think this has been some great information for OPSO members and
Mhm,
PSWs alike across Ontario. And it's
mhm,
definitely been eye-opening. It's something that I think PSWs need to think more about. Like we always say with the OPSO membership, you get your professional liability insurance
mhm,
because that protects them while they're on the job, just in case something
mhm.
happens, etc. But this also protects them for the what ifs. Right. I always say, you don't get, car insurance because you're going to go to Timmy's and you're going to rear end somebody in the parking lot.
Yes.
Like you
Yeah.
get it with the what ifs, right? So
Mhm.
I think, this has been extremely eye opening. And how can members learn more from you?
Excellent. You know what? They can get in touch with me. Find me anytime through the OPSWA portal or visit my website, www.sunlife/andy.kovacs. And even if you can't take advantage of these things today, it's always good to know what's available for the future. And Miranda will do a special plug too for the OPSWA PSW appreciation night. So really looking forward to seeing members, friends, and families there. And you can meet me in person there, and we can help answer any questions you have, and really get you set up with install a little bit of peace of mind in this unpredictable world.
Exactly. So, guys, if you're coming out to our PSW Appreciation Night, Andy and his company, Moments of Truth Insurance, they are our gold sponsor, and they sponsored it out for the night for you guys. And you can meet Andy and know that he's real and he's offering a real deal. So make sure to check him out. And also, Carly, our marketing director, as usual, will be adding the links and everywhere where you can find Andy. And I'm going to say thanks very much, PSWs. Remember, you can find out more about us at the association at www.opswa.ca. And as well here on Facebook, Ontario PSW Association, of course. Make sure to follow us. And with that, I'm going to say, Andy, it was a pleasure. And I'm going to say, everyone, OPSWA out.
So out.